Good evening everyone, welcome to Silverstone, welcome to the British Grand Prix, the 10th round of 21 here in WWRL. In F1 2018 we are vastly approaching the halfway stage of this thrilling season thus far. And with the second half of the season coming up close, all the drivers at the top of the championship will have to make their mark in this race to carry on their good form onto the second half of the season. The championship standings thus far, we have 3 guys up for the championship at this stage. Edge, Bassadino and Smiltino all fighting it out for their what would be their first ever championship here in WWRL. And they're quite congested at the top of the championship, so they're gonna have to need, all 3 of them are gonna have to hope for the best result possible in today's race, so they'll be leading the championship come the end of 26 laps around the British Grand Prix. But of course we have qualifying to deal with as well, and so far it's a Renault front row lockout with Edge edging out his teammate Light Cruiser so far, with Milk not that far behind in 3rd place either, and Smoltino currently in 4th place on the grid so far. But yeah, Silverstone, one of those historic circuits, very iconic in the F1 calendar. It's been ever present on the F1 calendar for pretty much all the years F1 has been a sport since 1950. And yeah, if it doesn't renew the contract for 2020 onwards, it'll be sad to see it go, because it's such a challenging circuit with such different corners and such iconic corners in the circuit. As Bascadino puts his car in 3rd place on the grid. But yeah, Stowe, Maggott, Beckett, Copse, Chapel, Luffield, Beckett, Aintree. You can name so many good, iconic corners of this circuit. And yeah, everyone will try and give it their best shot in today's race. With 5 minutes left of the session, it's still a Renault from a lockout, and I think Ruben is going to go on his lap, so let's go on board with the Renault driver as he comes through Village at a McLaren of Zerareb, getting out of his way nice and easy. And now heads onto the Wellington Straight, the first of 2 DRS straights in today's race. He's to approach Brooklands at high speed, braking as well as turning at the same time. Very difficult for the drivers. And now Luffield are very slow and tight right-hander for getting on the power as soon as possible for the head towards the old turn 1 Copse corner. Should be flat out. Let's see if Ruben can do it. Oh, just about. A little lift on the throttle. But yeah, Copse extremely fast in these new 2018 cars. Maggott and Beckett's full commitment for Ruben onto Chapel. And they're onto the Hanger Straight for the second dose of DRS on this lap. Heading in towards Stowe. Very challenging corner. You don't want to run too far wide, otherwise it could invalidate your lap time. Now into the Vale chicane for one final time for Ruben. Needs to get these apexes nailed, and he's pretty much done that. Up towards the line now. He improves, but it's not enough to topple his teammate. He's still 3/10 off Edge, but he does improve, so he does have a bit of a breather between himself and Poba Gamer in 3rd place, who looked to be putting the pressure on the Renault, but he's now got about a 3/10 advantage on 3rd place. There's only 4 minutes remaining of this qualifying session. Zerd is coming round the final few corners to complete his lap here in the Force Indy. He crosses the line and he doesn't improve, surprisingly. I thought he might have done better, but now only 20 seconds remaining in this qualifying session. I think it's only allowed really to go on board with Edge, as he's only got about 10 seconds around the final 3 corners. I mean, there's late, and then there's this late. 5 seconds for him to cross the line. Ruben's right behind him. This is not going to help Ruben out He's going to suffer in the dirty air of his teammate. He already runs wide into turn 1 for good measure. So he's really not worked out for Ruben here. It's really not worked out for Edge either. As Williams, I think, only a few seconds up the road for the Renault. And I think he's backed out. Yes, he has. Will he let Light Cruiser go for this? He's probably backed out of getting pole in today's race. But can Ruben snatch it away from him at the death? This will be very interesting to see anyone else looking like they're going to come up to towards the finish line and cross it and finish their qualifying session. Almost definitely isn't Smoltino. Oh, it wasn't the best line through Chapel there. Mantis has finished his qualifying session. H3rd is actually in his lap and he's 5/10 up, but locks up into the Vale chicane. Oh, this lap is pretty much over. And he's had it in his hands. Climbs up into 10th. Popo Gamer up into 3rd place. As quickly on board with Ruben, he's still going for it. He's coming through Stowe corner right now. One's a little bit wide. Is that going to help him? He's still going for it. Full beans for Ruben. He had a shock of a race in Austria. We're looking to regain his good form in qualifying. Can he take pole position? No, it's only a 1:27.6 to Ruben's name. But it's a Renault front row lockout. Unless Bastiano can change it, he can't change it. It's a Renault front row lockout for the second time in succession. And it is Edge again on top of his teammates, with Popo Gamer close in this battle for 3rd, as you can see the AIs having a bit of a squabble. But yeah, that is it then for qualifying, and Renault on top again. Look at this, clear skies here in Northamptonshire. For once, the sun has decided to come out here in the UK. It doesn't really do that at this time of year. We have a formation lap about to get underway. 2 yellow and black Renaults lighting up the front row, and look how clear it looks. There's literally no threat of rain here in today's race, so we will all dry running. Whether drivers would like that or not, I personally don't mind. Wet races probably would put the guys who use assists at advantage. For example, Edge and Light Cruiser, funnily enough. So maybe not. I do like to see more close racing in today's race. But yes, Edge goes off the circuit there. He's really throwing the car into every single corner. I'm not really 100% sure if that's intentional, but if you look at the tyres that everyone decides to go, everyone is on the soft tyres. So no one's going bold, going brave onto the mediums, or possibly even the blue striped hard tyres. One of the only times I've actually seen that tyre being used this season. So yeah, everyone on the soft tyres. And we'll cut ahead to the start of the 2018 British Grand Prix. Here we go then, all the drivers lining up to their respective grid spots. As we gear up then to the WWRL British Grand Prix. It's a Renault front row. How the results end up in the race. We have 5 red lights, 27.6 laps in anticipation. As away we go then. Edge gets a really good stop. Popo Gamer looks to get the jump on Light Cruiser, and round the outside it goes into Abbey, and he's made the move stick. Into turn 3 we head now. All the drivers keep it clean. Some drivers off. Oh no, I say that. That's Satoshi and Agent Smith tumbling down the field, as well as a Ferrari off into the distance. Massive disappointment for all of them. There's yellow flags. No safety car just yet. But we're heading on to the Wellington Straight for the first of 26 laps. That's Mantis and the Ferrari of Crazy off. They're 3 wide into Brooklands. Oh, Mantis comes out the victor of that 3-way scrap. The Haas ahead of the Toro Rosso, ahead of the Ferrari, who's just ahead of the second Toro Rosso of Adam in 8th place. There's a drama on the opening lap. What happened then to Satoshi and Milk as well? Milk got caught up, as did Kurz. Popo Gamer might have caused that. I'm not 100% sure. As Adam Agent Smith has changed positions into Maggots and Beckett, I should say. Hate Surge getting on the action as well. Oh, there's contact between the Force India and the Toro Rosso. McLaren's getting involved. McLaren's gone off a little bit of Zerade. That's cost him a few positions. Popo Gamer has made his way back up to 13th place. As a little bit of a train causing here. Haters Davey and Sims Hale going wheel to wheel into Stowe Corner. And Hate Surge just about manages to get ahead of the Red Bulls. There's, oh, the Red Bulls are going to try down the inside into the Vale Chicane and can't quite make that move stick, as Mantis seems to be all over the tail of Anonymous as we head on to lap 2 of 26 in today's race. A long way to go for the drivers, so no real risks need to be taken as Mantis sizes up that Toro Rosso. Wonder if he can get past at any given opportunity. No DRS for the first 2 laps. Gonna have to wait one more lap to use that rear wing advantage, which he does have compared to Anonymous, who doesn't have it. He's 2 seconds off Bascadino in 4th place. That's Popo Gamer here, Davey swapping places. That was into Brooklands, and the Williams is back up into 11th place and trying to regain his strong qualifying position of 3rd place. But you know, when accidents happen, it's hard to climb back up the field as much as you'd want to, and especially in how competitive this grid is. That's a Williams and Ferrari going side by side. Agent Smith can't quite pull it off though, and Crazy Oss just about manages to hold on for the time being. Well, Agent Smith down the hangar straight, all great momentum coming through Chapel, and they're going wheel to wheel into Stoke Corner. Crazy Oss with the inside line, but that doesn't put Agent Smith going right round the outside, and he makes a clean move past the Ferrari up into 7th place. But Crazy Oss will fight this back again round the outside of Vale, turns to the inside for the second part of the chicane, and he makes his stick as Agent Smith, oh, he's off into a spin. It's the Williams, he's onto the gravel. That's really not going to help his tyres, and he is way down the field now into 16th place. There might have been some contact between him and Adam in the Toro Rosso, and it's cost the Williams dearly as Satoshi is in a spin. Oh my word, what's happened to Satoshi? That's the second time he's off-roading. Whether it be his fault or not, he seems to be really struggling as of late. It looks like Zerareb putting pressure all over Hettis. They're going wheel to wheel down the Wellington Straight. He has DRS, and he makes a move stick. No, he doesn't. There's contact. Zerareb in a spin, and Hettis Davion to hold off the Sauber of Satoshi goes cleanly round the outside of the Red Bull. But Zerareb again, a massive loser there. He just turned into him, it looks like. I'm not really... I have to have a look. I have to have another look on the replay cameras. But Zerareb losing out big time there. And Hettis Davy getting away with that contact. As here we see his Hate Zerd putting some pressure on Crazy Oss in the Ferrari. Dear assistance for the Force India. That's a... Oh, what is happening between both drivers? Some unfortunate lag going on between both of them. Hate Zerd still behind the Ferrari, but for how much longer? He's going to have to wait a few more corners for the time being as Crazy Oss stays in that 7th position. But look at the battle for the lead. Edge, only 5/10 clear of Light Cruiser. With the Mercedes pair in 3rd and 4th, as who's gone off into the distance. Oh my word, what oh, that's a horrific crash! Absolutely horrific! As Curtis is also involved in contact. Agent Smith lost out. Popo Gamers out of the race, as well as Satoshi. That was a huge accident on the start-finish straights. And both of the drivers have resulted in a DNF. What a shame. Drivers qualified 3rd and 4th on the grid, I think. Well, definitely very high up are the first drivers to exit the British Grand Prix. Wow, massive drama. As HZerd go down the inside of them, they're both going completely off the circuit. Cops and HZerd lets him through once again. But as I was saying, Light Cruiser within a second of Edge. So he's putting Edge under some sort of pressure here, and Edge is gonna be on his toes and gonna be fully aware of his teammate. The last thing the Renner boys want to do is come into contact as Adam and Hazer are going at it once again. Oh, they've made contact as well. Adam's in a half spin. Can he rejoin before Agent Smith, who's actually equally got 3 cars going side by side into Stowe? The Williams comes out on top, but Adam again losing out. There's a lot of carnage going on in the opening few laps, and yeah, I'll take a breather for the first time. Look at this, the 2 Mercedes pairs really scrapping for it, as well as Anonymous in this battle as well. A battle for the final podium position here, and Bascadino is going to side with his teammate, go round the outside up towards Stowe corner. Bascadino has now overthrown his teammate Osmontino. Up into third place goes Bascadino, with Anonymous tucking in behind both Mercedes. Look at this, Agent Smith and Adam going side by side through Lovefield, and Adam, with a better momentum coming onto the racing line, gets past Agent Smith once again, but goes too deep into Cop's corner, and that's going to allow Agent Smith and Adam equally to catch back up to the Toro Rosso man and to head through Maggots, Beckett and Chapel. The incredible sequence of 3 corners, and that's Agent Smith going down the inside of Chapel. They're side by side. We've got a great overhead shot. Turns to a more suitable shot as they go side by side into Stowe corner. Agent Smith for the inside line. Agent Smith going clean down the inside. Now there's the outside line for Vale Chicane, and he gets past the Toro Rosso man. Back up into 9th place goes the Williams. Adam going wide once again, and this one invites Adam to take a little sniff. Bit too far back for time of asking. So might have a run on Adam, who didn't really judge his corners too well, coming up towards the Wellington straight. Adam goes cleanly down the inside of Adam and takes the 10th place away from the Toro Rosso man. As one Toro Rosso loses position, another one could gain it on Sportino. Anonymous going down the inside of Stowe corner, wheel to wheel, thrilling stuff between the 2 drivers. Sportino has lost out big time on the Toro Rosso man. The Toro Rosso man moves himself up into 4th place as Sportino is dislodged off 2 drivers in as many laps. Oh, Adam and Kirst have both decided to pull into the pit lane for their stops. Rather early, I should say, for both of the guys, but they're willing to take the gamble, and medium tyres should last to the end of the race. I wonder if Edge will follow suit. He's gained a lot of time now on Ruben. And maybe his Edge's tyres start to kick in longer. Well, not as quick as Ruben's. Oh, Sportino has decided to come into the pits on lap 8 of 26. And he'll probably put on the set of medium tyres to the end of the race, it looks like. Yep, I can see those white marked tyres from a distance. Sportino will rejoin as Crazy Oss also comes into the pits. He'll probably rejoin probably in 10th position in this race. Clean air, hopefully, for the Mercedes man. But look how long the pit lane is. It's a very slow speed limit in the pits, but he gets back up to racing speed, comes out in 9th place, and has got clear air for days to try and set a lap time or 2 that could put Anonymous and maybe his teammate under pressure of the undercut. All Light Cruiser picks himself a 3-second time penalty, pushing too hard in that sequence of Maggots and Beckett's, and it has resulted in the Renault driver picking up a 3-second time penalty. Is that maybe a hint that his tyres have started to cry a little? Is that Edge coming into the pits? Yes, it is. Edge is in the pits, so Ruben has to go on another lap. Otherwise, he's going to get held up by the Renault mechanics. Bascadino also dives into the pits as well as Anonymous. All 3, all avoiding speeding him in the pits as let's go on board with Sportino. He's coming through Chapel right now. You think he's got no chance of getting past Anonymous Basquino as they're both in the pits. But you'd be surprised as that's Edge, or is that Edge? Edge had an incredibly slow stop. Look how close Basquino and Anonymous are to him. Let's go Bob with Montino. He's coming through the Vale chicane as we speak. I think it's a bit too far back for him, but Edge with a shockingly slow pit stop. And that's really cost him. He was about 4 seconds clear of his teammate. I know he was only about 2 seconds ahead of Basquino, who was about 5 seconds behind Ruben. As that's Montino coming out right there. And crucially for Anonymous, another lap, and I would think Smoltino would have jumped in by then. But yet, it still remains Basquino, Anonymous, and Smoltino. Provisional 3rd, 4th, and 5th on the grid. Zada in 5th place. Oh, he's going to try down the inside of the Edge. No. Edge is taking a deeper line on his cold tyres and he gets up to temperature. As I think Ruben will probably dive into the pits on this lap. Yes, he does. Will he speed into the pits? Nope. Oh, yes, he does! What a shit. I thought he had no chance, but no. A slight acceleration in the very latter stages, and he manages to pick up a 5-second stop-go penalty. You saw it in the esports race. Fabrizio Donoso got caught up, and he lost a heap of positions thanks to that penalty. And hopefully this doesn't happen to Ruben. You know, being a 50% race compared to a 25% race, there's more time to kind of reduce the pain of that 5-second penalty. But he'll come out. He might come out in the lead, you know. Edge had a really bad pit stop. He's coming down the main straight now. Yet Ruben is going to take the lead of the British Grand Prix. There he is. He comes out ahead of his teammate. A quite sizable gap of around 2 seconds. Actually, make that 1.5. Make that 1.2, in fact. But yeah, Light Cruiser jumps his teammate with a 5-second penalty. Will he be kicking himself at the end of the race? We're nearly halfway through it. Look how close the Renault boys are getting. Edge within a few meters there. Look how close the Renault boys are getting. A few car lengths separating Ruben and Edge 1 and 2 in this race. But I think we could be seeing a change of leadership, especially with Ruben picking up that 5-second stop-go penalty. Will Edge know about this or not? I'm not 100% sure, but Edge looks to be really going for this. We'll have DRS to challenge his teammate down the Wellington Straight. Is he getting closer? He's getting so close. Is he going to dive inside the ice? Oh! Apology for the pretty gibberish commentary there, but Edge thought about it and then thought better of it there. And Light Cruiser survives the first attack from the Hungarian. Oh dear, that's cursed out of this session. What has happened to the Ferrari man? He's parked up. Oh, has to get out of his way. He has parked up. Pretty dismal weekend for the Ferrari man, as look how close the two Renault guys. Equally, Smoltino and Anonymous. Smoltino actually managed to get past Anonymous, but Anonymous is fighting this back. Will Edge try again? Round 2 of the Renaults dueling. Is Edge going to go for it into Brooklands? Yes, he is. A late dive up the inside. Ruben caught off guard there, and Edge retakes over the lead of the British Grand Prix with a stunning move. Like, it's right at the death, he pulled out to the inside when Ruben was least expecting it. And it's proved effective, and Edge takes over the lead at this crazy race between the top two. Will Ruben fight him back? He's definitely within closing range. And if he gets a good run out of Chapel onto the hangar straight, he could have a chance, you know. Let's see. DRS for Ruben. Look how defensive Edge is getting to the outside. But is Ruben going to dive down the inside? He thought about it. Oh, so close to contact as the two Renaults. They're going wheel to wheel into Vale corner now, side by side. Edge with the inside line for Vale, and he just about managed to stay ahead. But Ruben, oh, a little bit of a dart down the inside. Can't quite get past. Look how close. He's nearly pushing him through club corner there as we start lap 15 of 26. So close, almost coming into top contact at so many occasions, but they managed to keep it clean. Is he going to try down the inside? Oh, there's contact between the two Renaults, and that's pretty. Oh, that's anything but pretty, James. Yeah, I thought Ruben would have been better off not going for it there and waiting for the straight, but he thought better of it, and it's cost him in this battle. Edge might be able to pull away from this and streak off into the sunset. Here goes Anonymous down the inside of Stowe corner on Jasper. I was going to say Jasper Dino there for a second. Got caught between the two Mercedes. Anonymous going to try down the inside of LHK. No, he's not. That's a Rebel who's been lapped, so that he won't get in the way of these two guys. But Sportino again having to survive attacks, and he just manages to keep ahead of the Toro Rosso for the time being, but Toro Rosso will have another say. Here goes Anonymous again into the inside of Brooklands. Bit too far back to challenge, but through the second phase of Brooklands he manages to get alongside, but not enough to challenge Smoltino. He stays behind for the time being, but through Cops he's going to get the slipstream. Too far behind to get past at Cops corner, but he's going to use all the momentum he can get to maybe challenge down the hanger straight. Oh dear, look how close he's getting. Through Chapel he comes now, and on to the second dose of DRS for this lap. He's a lot closer, you know, to Smoltino. He'll probably try again. Will Smoltino go defensive to the inside? No, he doesn't. He lets Toro Rosso have the inside line, and he lets Toro Rosso have the place, but he runs wide. Is that going to give Jasper an invitation to go down the inside at Vale? Nope. Ruben's picked up the pace a little bit, and he's fighting back on Edge. I think Edge has just got a bit too much on this straight for him to challenge, but he's within closing distance if Edge puts 1 foot wrong. And Ruben will take advantage of that mistake as Smoltino. Oh, look how close he was. I thought he was going to try for a move there into Brooklands. He thought better of it. Once again, I think he's just looking for a mistake from Anonymous to get past. So I think Bascadino is looking to be out of sight for these guys. But yeah, back to the battle for, as my controller disconnects, how convenient. Of course, when my controller disconnects, they're going side by side. Edge just about getting the inside line for the Vale chicane. Ruben comes right back at him once again. This is a thrilling battle for the lead of this Grand Prix. Such a shame Ruben ends up picking up that penalty there. Is Edge going to go for an inside line? Oh, there's a bit more contact between the two Renaults. There's yellow flag somewhere in Sector 3. There it is. It's for the Rebel letting Mantis through onto the Wellington Straight. Once again, is Ruben too far back for a move, for a lunge? Yes. Look how close. Ruben's closing. Is enough room to dart down the inside of Stowe corner, and he makes the move stick on Edge. The lead has changed hands. It's Edge toppled down into second place, but he's going to fight this back. There's contact, and Light Cruiser's in a spin. Light Cruiser has lost out massively. Anonymous gets past Moltino as well. There's massive contact there, and Edge. Oh, I don't know what happened, and maybe Ruben turned into him, and we're going to have to take another look at that. That will surely be a major talking point in the end of this race, and that could put Ruben under pressure then for Bascadino. He was only 5.4 seconds down the road, and you know, with Ruben's penalty, he could face major consequences. Smoltino's going to try up the inside. Stowe trying to regain that 4th place that he's lost a few laps ago now. Anonymous doing great defensive work to stay ahead of the Merc. Only 5 laps to go for these drivers and not a lot of time for Smoltino to get past. Here goes Smoltino. Takes the inside line for Brooklands. Can he get the job done finally on Toro Rosso? Yes, he can. He regains his 4th place. And only 2 seconds up the road is his teammate for that final podium position. Ruben, I think, is safe now from Bascadino. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they can claw their way back up to Bascadino, and there'll be a fight for a 3rd place. That'll be a great end to the end of the race. Oh dear, Ruben picks up another 3-second time penalty. He definitely could be under threat now from Bascadino, who's equally under threat from Smoltino, who's just about in DRS range. We've only got 2.5 laps of this British Grand Prix to go. Yellow flag in sector 2. Who's it for? Someone come on Cropper, and I think they've been cleared now, so whatever it was, they have been alleviated. Look how close Anonymous is. No, that must have been a mistake. But yeah, lap 25 of 26. It is Edge who continues to lead from Light Cruiser. Bascadino under pressure now from Jasper. 6-10 the distance between both Mercedes. Bit too far back on this occasion for Jasper's challenges. Oh, that's Senator Halo out of the race. Big shame for the Red Bull. He was down in 14th place. Still didn't have the best result there. Here we go then. The final lap. Bascadino, Smoltino, and Anonymous separated. Here we go then. The final lap. 3 cars separated by just over a second. Bascadino leads Smoltino, leads Anonymous 3rd, 4th, and 5th for the British Grand Prix, with the 2 Renaults of Edge and Light Cruiser comfortably in 1st and 2nd respectively. Bascadino is just edging out his teammate as Hettis Davey picks himself up a 3-second time penalty. The 3 championship contenders are going to finish 1, 3 and 4. Ruben, it's a bit too far off unfortunately for him in the championship to probably put on a championship threat. The man though of the moment, Edge, he won in Austria and he's going to take the checker flag for the 2nd time in a row. Your winner of the British Grand Prix here in WWRL is Edge. A fantastic result for him. Ruben crosses the line for 2nd place, but will it be 2nd? Or will it be 3rd? Or will it be 4th? Will it even be 5th? Bascadino crosses the line. He overthrows his teammate of Light Cruiser. Smoltino in 4th place, 1.1 seconds behind Light Cruiser. Anonymous finishes in 5th place. Mantas in 6th. HZ crossing the line for 7th. Agent Smith, pretty lonely race for him. He comes home in 8th. Milk had a very lonely race, but he's going to come home for 2 points. I got caught up in the start line incidents and it didn't really get much better for there, but managed to claw back 2 points in a championship tally. And Crazy Yoss, the final driver to score points in today's race, was coming across the line for 11th place in the McLaren. Adam is the remaining remaining finisher in the race. A pretty solid race there. Ruben is probably going to be left feeling pretty disappointed with himself after getting dislodged by Bascadino through penalties. That is definitely not how you want your race to end. Yeah, Bascadino takes full advantage and he is in 2nd place, and and is gained on his teammate Jasper, who could only manage 4th place, but is Edge your winner once again in WWRL. There we go, there's a winner then. Renault ecstatic after another victory in this season. The main talking point is that contact between Edge and Ruben, and how that cost Ruben a chance of keeping at 2nd place for definite, maybe challenging for the win at a stretch. But here is your classification then. It is gonna, if it comes up, it'll be very nice. Oh dear, but yeah, that is definitely what Edge needs going into 2nd half of the season, going into the German Grand Prix, which is close to Netherlands. So the Netherlands guys want to put on a good show. Edge takes winner pole to flag victory for him. Basquino from 5th on the grid. Good result for him. Light Cruiser in 3rd. Martino in 4th. Anonymous in 5th. Mantis 6th. Hato 7th. Adrian Smith 8th. 11th. No, it's still on 11th. I finished 8th. Milk 9th. Crazy Yoss 10th. Zedab, Adam, Header Saving, Senator Halo, Cursed. Oh, let's try and recall memory. Popo Gamer and Satoshi rounds out your 17 drivers who competed in this Grand Prix. But that's it then for the 10th round of the championship. I hope you enjoyed that race as much as I enjoyed commentating it. We're going to be back for round 11 of the championship in Hockenheim in a week's time. From me, James Cossey, I will see you next week for the German Grand Prix. Until then, catch you then.